So the first thing you would like to do in checking your Facebook assets is to check whether you have access to the business manager. Now, if you see this with the account that you would like to use, then yes, you definitely have access to the business manager. But if you want to be doubly sure, right, as to what kind of access as well you have to the business manager, under users, people, click on your name and take a look at the summary here. So what it says here for me is that I've got admin access and I've got finance editor. Now, if you would like to actually check what pages you have access to, you can actually do so here. This is the recommended way because everything is here and it's a lot easier for you to take a look, right? Just select on the page that you would like to check on and make sure that you on minimum, or rather by minimum, have the manage page, so which is full control or admin access to the page, because Peasy will actually require this in order to be able to do lead generation. Now to check on the ad account, just click on the ad account that you would like to use together with Peasy and take a look at what access you have, right? For Peasy, the bare minimum is manage campaigns, but we will always recommend full control, because then this actually allows you to do other things as well. So now to check whether you have a valid payment method attached to the business manager or to the ad account. So within the payment methods here, if you click on this, you can actually see what is attached to what ad account, right? So say for example, okay, you check this one, okay, it says that this is the ad account that I want it connected to, right? And after that it shows here as well. So that is pretty much how you go into checking whether you have access and what kind of access rights do you have to each Facebook asset. So this is how you check whether you have access to your Facebook pixel. So within the business settings, click on data sources, click on pixels, and look for the pixel that you would like to check. So for us is this one, right? And after that, I can see that my name is here, and I'm going to check whether what kind of access I have to the pixel, whether I can actually do edits and so on and so forth. What we actually do recommend is that you have full control over the pixel. Now, if this is something that you haven't exactly checked either, because with the changes in terms of iOS 14, right, the iOS 14 update to Facebook changed the way that pixels had to work. So in order for you to be able to use your pixel, you need to further configure it. So the next thing, but the first thing you would actually want to, but the first thing you would want to check on is whether your website has been verified by Facebook. So in order to do so, go on the brand safety, click on domains, and this would be the domain that you would want to verify itself. So as you can see here, this is actually owned by our main account, right, which is Mitosis number, right? But it's also linked to our Peasy account. So then you would want to check what exactly are the connected assets. So here you can see that it's connected to our Peasy AI page, and here you can check what exactly is the domain access.
Hey, so right now I'm going to show you how to check your lead form on your Facebook. So what you gotta do before you start your campaign is to check if you have a lead form or not. So what you need to do is click on publishing tools, and you will be directed to the settings for publishing tools. So the next thing you want to do is you need to click on the form library right here under the lead ads forms, and you have to click on try business suits, and it will show you your lead forms that you have. So right now, as you can see, there is a lot of lead forms right here, but if you don't have one, you can click on create form right there, and that's it. That's how you check your lead form, and also a place to create your lead form. Hello. So right now I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook business account. So why do you need Facebook business account in the first place? Okay, so the reason that you need Facebook business manager account is because you will be needing it in order to create an advertising for your business, and also you need them for your Facebook page. So to get started, just click on Chipta account, and as you can see right here, there is a place for your business and account name. Just put the name of your businesses. So for me right now, I'm just gonna put Taco Bell right here. And also for your business email, use the email that you have been using for your businesses. Once you've done, just click submit, and your business account was created.
Hey, today we're going to learn how to create a new Facebook page or link an associated Facebook page with a Facebook Business Manager. Before you watch this video, it's imperative that you have an existing Facebook Business Manager. If you don't, you can always check out our other article and blog posts on how to create a Facebook Business Manager. Before you can buy any ads on Facebook, you need to have a Facebook page. Now, I'm sure you have seen tons of Facebook ads out there, and at the top of every Facebook ad, there's always the Facebook page profile photo together with a link to the Facebook page. So you can't buy ads on Facebook, nor you can use Peasy if you do not have an existing Facebook page. Now, if you do not have a Facebook page, what you need to do is first go to business.facebook.com. Let me repeat again, it's business.facebook.com. Now, select the that you have if you have multiple businesses. If not, then straight away go into the business that you have. And at the bottom left, there is a button that goes business setting. Click on it. We want to go into the business setting, and within your business setting, you will see a list of all the assets that is available to you. Now, what is most important, click on people and ensure that your name or the account that is connected to Peasy, it's available within this business profile. If it's not, then obviously the account that is connected to Peasy, no matter what we are doing now, will not be able to enjoy the benefit of what we are doing in today's video. Now, if you can find your name here, let's click on to account, expand it, and underneath account, you will see a button for page. Click on it. Now, we're going to start with an assumption that you do not have a Facebook page. If you do not have a Facebook page, click on this add button and select create a new page. So you have multiple choices in order to choose which category really represent your presence on Facebook. Now, we recommend that you either use either of these three. For example, if you have one singular retail presence, you have an actual address, then choose local business or place. Now, this is especially useful because later on in our other articles and our other tutorial, we'll show you how to drive Facebook store visit, where the ads will be targeting people who will click and actually visit your store and buy. So Facebook will only target people who will go to your shop and buy. Now, if you have multiple locations, you have multiple retail presence, you might want to choose company or brand or product. Now, but if you have no retail presence whatsoever, you are selling completely online, you are an e-commerce business, then we highly recommend that you choose brand or product, right? So once you have select a choice, okay, you can see there's another subcategory. Which product or which category represent your page first? Now, often at times people ask me this simple question. Suppose I have a company and my company sell kettles, water filter, and air condition. Should I then create a different Facebook page for every different products? Now, the answer to this is not fast and easy. So it's very simple at the end of the day. It really depends whether if your products target the same consumer. Now, what I mean by that is this. Suppose, let's just say, if I'm selling water kettles, water heaters, and other home electrical appliances, chances are this consumer that I'm selling to are the one and the same. So I do not want to create multiple Facebook page. The reason being is very simple, because I will be wasting money buying ads for each of this page, and each of them might be targeting the same people. So I might pay Facebook advertising costs 3 times to target the same individual. Second of all, because all of your engagement, all of your fan followers and is split between these three, you don't really get the critical mass. So for example, if I have 1 million fans in a Facebook page and I post up a post, chances of it being seen because of how Facebook algorithm work is a lot better than if I have 333,000 fans distributed across 3 different pages. So this question also applies to, let's just say, for example, if I have multiple shops, one in different state, should I have a different Facebook page for each of those shop? Again, my recommendation is no. Create one single Facebook page and make sure all of your shops share one single Facebook page. You can do location targeting where, for example, if you happen to be having a promo especially for only your Johor branch, when you post your content on that Facebook page, you can say this is only visible to audience in Johor. So again, we highly recommend that if you share the same target audience, use one singular page. So if you are a direct marketing company and you have a lot of agents, should they create their own Facebook page? Unless there is some access that you want to divide, that you're worried about giving, again, we recommend that you have only one Facebook page. Not only the communication to the consumer, it's much more cleaner, because if I'm a consumer and I go on Facebook and I start searching for your brand name, 30, 40, 50 pages comes up, it becomes very iffy. As a consumer, I'll be slightly suspicious and I'll be slightly lost and confused. But if there's one singular page with huge amount of follower and huge engagement, because you can concentrate all of it into one single page, obviously it gives off a better impression to the consumer. Now, so when should you split? Now, suppose I'm a conglomerate. I sell water heaters and I also sell travel packages. So obviously, these two set of consumers and the communication that I'm going to be sending will be very different. So in that case, it's better to have one page for my travel business and one page for my electrical appliance business. Another way you can do this, if you look at this subcategory, each subcategory neatly describe your business. So let's just say if I sell luggage and kitchen appliances, I should pretty much split it. But if I sell different types of luggages, and some of them is in Selangor, some of them is in Johor, then it makes sense to concentrate everything into one single page. So it's very easy to create a page. Just pick your category, your subcategory, type in your name, and automatically click this button, and the page will appear here. So click on business setting. And once you're in business setting, click on account and you will be able to expand it, and click on add account. Now, if you do not see any add account here, it means you do not have any valid add account. If you see some add account here, that means either those add account has been barred or banned, or it does not have a payment setting. So let's start first by creating a brand new ad account. So click on add, and do you see this choice here? Click create a new ad account. So the first thing we'll ask is to give your ad account a name. Now you can use any name you want, but I highly suggest that you create an ad account that reflects your brand in your business. So again, I have people often ask me, should I create multiple ad account for every different brand and every different products? Again, AI works best when it has a lot of data. So if you take that data and you split it into small tiny chunk, the AI won't be able to learn effectively. Facebook assigned a unique set of AI for every individual ad account. So whatever it learns from ad account A, it won't transfer to ad account B. When you change to a different ad account, all those learning is gone. So we highly advise that you do not create many ad account unless you intend to have certain contingency plan in the event that your Facebook ad account get banned, or you have many different businesses targeting different verticals. But in a nutshell, if you are a common business advertisers, we highly advise that you create maybe just one ad account. So make sure you have key in your ad account name, choose the right time zone. This is very important because this is how your reporting will work. And finally, choose your currency. So if you are selling purely in Malaysia, choose Malaysian. If you are selling to US because you want to measure, because your income is in US dollars and you want to see whether your online sales versus the cost of customer acquisition is profitable or not, we highly recommend that you match your currency of sales with your currency of ads as well. So once you have key in the name, you're able to create next, and it will automatically create a new ad account.
Hello. So today I would like to show you how can you create a payment method for your Facebook Business Manager. So this is important in order for you to create your ads on your Facebook because you're gonna need money to do that, right? Yeah. So the first thing that we need to do right now is click on payment method. And as you can see right here, click on add a new payment method. So for this part right here, you have to make sure that your country and region is Malaysia. And for the currency, if you're living in Malaysia, make sure to make it as Malaysian ringgit. Once you have done, just click next. So for the card details, you have to fill in the name on the card, card numbers, month and years, and also the 3 numbers for your credit card and debit card. So since I already have my card being added, I don't need to do that anymore. But for you, you have to fill in all the details right here. So once you have done that, just click save and you're ready, good to go. So that's how you add a payment method for your Facebook business account.
Okay, so in this video, I'll be showing you how to create your Facebook pixel. But before that, there are actually a couple of things that needs to be done, because one thing is that with the way now Facebook works, thanks to the changes and the iOS update, right? Facebook pretty much had to change the way they collect data. So before we get into a pixel, the first thing you will actually be required to do is to get your domain verified. Now, in order to do so, all you have to do is just go to your business manager, within your business settings, click on this, and after that you'll arrive here. So this is pretty much our business settings. Then the next thing you will need to do is to go on over to brand safety, and within domains, you'll have to add and verify a domain. So for example, here we've already got one that has already been verified itself. But in order to say this one, to create your very own domain, right, or to get your domain verified, is actually very simple. All you have to do is just click on add here, right? Put in your domain, click on add, and there are 3 methods here that you can select whichever method is most convenient to you or most convenient to your developer. if you got a developer, I would highly recommend that you just upload the HTML file to your root directory, and after that have it verified, right? Or if not, you can also do so through a meta tag, right? So all you have to do is, let's say you're using the meta tag method, just grab this code here, paste it within the head tag of your website, right? Then once that is done, just click on verify domain. Now you're gonna have to give let's say Facebook about 72 hours, right, before it is actually verified. So this is the first step that you will actually have to take or do in order to actually go on to being able to create a Facebook pixel. So now let's get into creating your Facebook pixel, right? So the best way to do it is actually to do it through the events manager, right? So click on the 3-line icons here, click on event manager. Now within event manager, to your left here, you see connect data sources, right? So click on connect data source and then select web. Now there are a couple of others that you can actually choose from, but I am assuming that you'll be doing so for your web. But if you're doing it for anything other else, you can also do so, by clicking on either one of these and following the instructions accordingly. So click on connect. So what you want, right, is to pick Facebook pixel. The conversion API here is a whole different discussion itself. So now you'll exactly see how Facebook will actually tell you how it works, right? Why a Facebook pixel. But the long story short version of a Facebook pixel is that because Facebook and your websites are two completely different entities, right? So whatever happens within your website, Facebook doesn't know. Now, why would you want a Facebook pixel? One, of course, at the end of the day, within digital marketing itself, data is king. Facebook pixel allows Facebook to study the data and also collect data, customer information, right? Customer prospects, visitor information, so that it can later on use it in your advertising. So getting back into how to create a Facebook pixel, click on continue. Now what you will have to do is name your pixel. So I'll just call this a sample test pixel. Over here you can also key in your website, but this is completely optional. And click on continue. Now there are two methods here you can actually use. One is to install the code manually. The other one is to use a partner integration. Installing the code manually is also something that's actually pretty simple to do. What it'll do is that Facebook will give you a code, right, which you will have to copy and paste within the HTML of your website. But the thing that you will have to note here, right, is that if you have a website where each page is uniquely different from one another, in the sense that it doesn't share the same header or it doesn't share the same footer, then you will actually have to install the code in every single page of your website. I would actually highly recommend that you use Google Tag Manager if that is the case, because then with Google Tag Manager, all you have to do is just set the domain name itself, and it will trigger on every page within your website. But if you have a shared header or a footer, then paste it within the header or footer, right? But highly recommended header, because that's the first thing that loads within your website. So paste it within the header itself, and then move on to the next step. But if you say, for example, you are using Squarespace, WordPress, Wix, WooCommerce, and all that, then I highly recommend that you use a partner integration, because then it's a lot simpler. But do note that each platform has a different way of implementing the pixel. So all you have to do is just select which platform is relevant to you, right? And click on to the next step. So for example, here you can also see that, just as I spoken, there's Google Tag Manager, right? Yeah. So you can just come on over to here as well, click on Google Tag Manager, and after that, continue on your merry way. Yep. So what's the next step to this now? Right? The next step from here is to now create a Facebook pixel event. Now, what a Facebook pixel event is that it is for the Facebook pixel to understand what kind of action a person takes on your website. So for example, what exactly is considered an add to cart, what is considered as a purchase, what is considered as checkout. Now, because I haven't exactly implemented it, or rather, I haven't implemented this newly created pixel yet, right, into a website. I'll be using one that's something that we already have. So I'll just jump on over, but the steps here are very much the same, right? So even over here itself, you can just click on continue pixel setup, right? So once you've implemented your Facebook pixel onto the website, the next thing you actually have to do is to just run around within your website and trigger the base event, which is within the pixel code. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually view content or something like that, right? Or page view. So this is how then Facebook knows that your pixel is working, right? Or you can also do so through test events. Just open up the URL of the website, right? And after that, this is where it'll show the real life data feed of what the Facebook pixel is collecting within your website. So I'll just hop on over to something that we already have, because I haven't exactly implemented this pixel onto a website, right? But very much the steps here are the same. So in order to create an pixel event, right, click on add event, select from the pixel, click on open event setup tool, and enter your website URL. Click open website. Okay, and on the top left here, you'll see that there is a event setup tool, right? So you can choose to track a button or to track a URL. Now, let's say, for example, if it is something very specific, let's say for when someone submits a lead, submits their information in order to become a lead, or let's say if the person is checking out and stuff like that, right? Then assign it accordingly to those buttons. But actually, if you use a partner integration here, you don't really have to worry about all this, because for example, like with WooCommerce, it will automatically configure all your events. But even if that's the case, right? Say that if you want to add in something that's completely custom, not an issue either. So let's say we go to track new button, right? So you can see here, once I click on that, the tool itself will highlight all the buttons within your website. So let's say for here, I would like to track this button itself, right? So all you have to do is just click on this button, click on select event, and then just configure, right, what this button means. So let's say, for example, that this is what I consider as someone submitting an application, right? So I click on confirm and you'll see it here. If you want to track a URL, a very specific URL, it's not an issue either, right? Just specify the URL here itself, or go over to that page of what you want to, which URL you want to track, and then select an event here. And for this one, let's call it view content. Then you can also add in a value, but for this case, I won't be adding any value. So now all you have to do is just, once you're pretty much done with and you're satisfied with your configuration and stuff like that, click on finish setup. Click finish. Right? And after that, it'll take you right back to Facebook. Right? Click on test events. Click on open website. And then after that, you'll get a live feed. So as you can see here, as I jump into the URL where I've configured the page view, right? You'll see it right here. So right, once that is done, now the next thing you would need to do in order for you to finally be able to use your Facebook pixel is to go on over to aggregated event measurement, right? Click on configure web events. And after that, so this is why I say that you actually have to verify your domain first, right? Because you would actually need to link the event to a domain. So over here, we've already got one implemented itself, right? All you have to do is just click on manage events. Because we already have one that has already been configured, so it'll give us this warning, right? So for here, I'll click on edit, but the step is pretty much the same if you want to create something that is completely new as well. Click on add event. Now just select what event from which pixel. If you have other pixels here, that's pretty much how this will look like. But realistically speaking, through this exercise itself, you'll only see one thing here, which is the pixel that you just implemented. So just click on the pixel that you created and then choose an event. Oh, sorry. Let's pick, let's say add to cart. Right, and now you want to configure which one is considered as highest priority and which one is considered as lowest priority. Now if you are within the e-commerce space, lowest priority will usually be things like page view content, while highest priority will be things like add to cart, checkout, and purchase, right? So you want to actually go through your funnel itself, because one thing is, this is just how Facebook will then optimize your campaigns as well, right? And know how exactly you want to do your media buying. So it's the same thing exactly with sorry, not exactly the same thing with Peasy itself, because Peasy actually just take it like a step further in terms of like full on campaign strategizing, right? While with Facebook, you actually have to do the campaign strategizing manually through pixel analysis and things like that. So I'm not exactly going to click apply here, because then if not, this entire thing will actually take 72 hours, right, to reconfigure. But for your case, all you have to do is just, once you're happy with the configuration here, click on apply, and give it about 72 hours for for Facebook to actually set it up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you already have a pixel, you already have all the setup, then not an issue. All you have to do is just jump to that specific section, right, within our video, and I'll show you how to exactly one is to link your a verified domain, link your Facebook pixel to different ad accounts as well, and how to check whether whether things has been configured properly. So accordingly, as per mentioned, this is one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people actually do with their lead generation campaigns, whereby they're not getting the lead quality, or they're not getting the volume that they want, despite having changed almost everything under the sun in terms of campaign setup and campaign settings, right? And as I have mentioned that day itself, that depending on how you structure your lead form, this can actually change the performance of your lead generation campaign drastically. So let's talk about headlines, right? Let's see, let me jump over the forms library, and let me just quickly click on create. Over here, I'll just call it a sample form. So first of all, you would actually want to ensure what exactly you're saying within your headline, so you can actually find that within your intro, right? Headline. The biggest mistake that most people actually do is that they copy paste what exactly is in their ad copy back into the form. So for example, let's talk about within real estate, right? If you observe enough real estate lead generation ads, you'll find that within their ad copy, they will mention the amenities of the property, the price, the facilities around it, right? And other descriptions of the property itself. Then what they do is that they take that same information and they throw it back into the headline. So basis on this example itself, right? And because we've also done ads for, say, SP Satya and also Gukolen, we find that this is one of the best methods in terms of promoting or rather encouraging someone to fill in the form, right? Hold on, give me a moment here. It's my desktop audio. Okay. Right. Okay, so one thing is, let's say for example that you are running a lead generation campaign for real estate, right? Your ad copy has already mentioned the above mentioned, amenities, facilities, price, description of the property, all that, all the whole 9 yards, right? So then within your lead form, if and when possible, what you would actually want to do is to include things like again, promotional or discount information. So like for example, the SP City itself, during the earlier phase of the lockdown, they actually mentioned that, hey, you can get 0% interest, right, on your loan if you register within the first 1 month, right? Getting your SPA signed and all that, blah blah blah, right? And then you, what do you call this? That you may have a chance of, let's say, getting a coffee maker or things like that, right? So you actually want to put in promotional information here. So let's say, for example, that so over here we say, register now and receive free consultation worth 5,000 ringgit. Now, another best practice as well to this is to also include something like a call to action, or rather a sense of, a call to action with a sense of urgency attached, right? So we can actually say here, for example, limited to first, because we've already this one, right? So we put it into our headline, then we include additional information. Consultation is available for the first 50 signups. Going fast, get your free consultation slot now, right? So this will actually promote, rather encourage people to actually fill in the form and give you the details, because when they give you their details, they're also getting something back in return, right? And when they actually see value in this as well, right? This is one of those things that will actually also help you qualify leads, even though at a even though the degree itself is actually quite minor, but it does help. So then we go on to the part of asking questions, keeping it nice and short, simple. Just ask for the initial stuff, don't worry about anything else. The other forms of qualification questions can follow later on, right? So you jump over to questions, you just within pre-fill, you just ask the standard stuff, right? So let's say email, full name, phone number, and after that, if you have a question that, let's say for example, like even our use case itself, right? Because we approach other businesses, and that is not part of a pre-filled question, and if you find that this information is very important to you in order to do what do you call this, initial lead qualification, you can actually add in a short answer, right? So this is something that they will actually have to fill in themselves, right? Okay, and after that, the next part here is that you should make sure that your form type is set to more volume, because again, as explained, more volume makes your lead generation campaign available across all platforms, tablet, mobile, and desktop, while higher intent is only limited to mobile applications only. And let's say, in the sense of where the contactability rate is low, right? What that can mean, right, is that the information provided is not up to date, because again, like let's say for example, phone numbers is based on a Facebook profile, and a phone number attached to a Facebook profile may not be up to date, especially if it's in a region such as in a country such as Indonesia, where it's a lot cheaper for them to change their phone numbers frequently rather than maintain a single phone number, right? So in order to actually combat this, just remove this, add into, or rather convert it into a custom question, right? And because this is something that they will have to fill in themselves, that you are getting very current and valid information, right? So these are actually one of the things that will really help in terms of increasing your contactability rate as well, right? So once you're done, you just click on publish. But in this case, I'm not exactly going to click because we've got one too many forms. So.
Hey, so today I would like to show you how to connect your page and ad accounts to your business manager. So let's say you already have a page account and also ad account. All you need to do is just click on account right here. And first I'll start off with how to link your page. Click on page and click on add right here and add a page. So if you already have your Facebook page right here, all you need to do is just click your Facebook page name or probably the link to it. And once you already did it, you just click add page right here and you'll be done. And if you want to add your ad accounts right here, just do the same. Click on ads accounts and also click add and click on add an ad account. And from right here, you need to put your ad account ID right here. So let's see where you can find the your ad account ID right here. You can find your ID right here. You just have to click here and click again on an ad account. You just paste them, add a new ad account right here. So that's how you add an existing pages and ad account to your business manager.
The optional item here is assuming if you are running a conversion ad, and conversion ad requires you to have pixels. So click on data sources and you can see your pixel. You need to link the pixel with the ad account so that the ad account can buy conversion ad using this pixel. So first and foremost, click on the pixel and over here, click add asset and choose the ad account that you have created and click on the add button to link the pixel together with that ad account.
Hello. So today I'd like to show you how to link payment method for your Facebook Business Manager. So the first thing that you need to do is actually click on accounts right here. Under the account, click on add account. Once you have done that, let's go to the open in ads manager and click on the arrow right here. You have to make sure that there is view payment methods option right here. So once you have done that, click on view payment methods. And now you'll be getting into the payment settings right here. So the next thing you have to do is add payment method. In the currency and location right here, you have to make sure everything seems right. If you're living in Malaysia, just keep it your country origin as Malaysia, and your currency Malaysian ringgit, and the time zone Kuala Lumpur time. So then click save. There are a few options that we will be using. So I will go with business manager payment method for now. So since we already have a few cards that have been used, so we'll have to choose each one of them, any one of them. So I'll just click on this one as my primary. And this is for the first method that you can use to link a payment method. While for the second payment method is if to use the ad credit. So let's assume that you have ad credit code that you can be using. So all you have to do is put your code right here and you can claim it as your payment method. Hello, so I would like to show you how to link your lead form for your Facebook. So what you need to do right now is just click publishing tools and it will straight up to the publishing tools settings right here. And next, you gotta click leads setup. And as you can see right here, it says your form has been moved to business suite. So just click on try business suite. So as you can see right here, for my page itself, we already have been connected to a new lead form. So in order to connect existing lead form for your pages or maybe for your business manager, just click on create form right here and click on duplicate an existing form. So all you need to do is just type your lead form. As you can see, there's a lot of options for my lead forms, and I'll just have to click on one of them. So let's say I click this and I just click next, and I can choose any of the thing that I wanted. And once you're done, just click publish, and that's how you link your lead form, existing lead form for your business manager. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how to give access or change the privilege of your employee for your Facebook business account. So let's say if you want to give someone an access for your page or probably your ad account, you eventually able to do so by clicking on the users and click on the people right here. And there will be a few members right here, and you will be choosing one of them. So I will choose one here, and as you can see, there are two types of assets right here, which is page and ad account. So let's assume that you want to give full control to your employee right here. What you can do right here is you click on the manage part right here, which will be giving him the full control, and you have to click save right here. Since I am not the owner of this account, I cannot give the access to that. And if that is the case, you have to ask for permission from the business owner of this account. And to do the same, you can, if you want to give an access for the ad account, you can just click on here, manage full control, which is manage ad account, and click save right here. So that's it. If you want to give an access to your employee or your members, just do something like this.
Registering for your very own Peasy free account is as simple as using our system. First, you will need to head on over to app.peasy.ai/login. Once here, click on Sign up with Facebook. You will then be required to log into your Facebook account that is attached to your ad account. Now, the reason why we require this is because our AI will extract historic data from your ad account in order to analyze, create recommendations, and also to create predictions and devise strategies just for you. So log in to your Facebook account as per usual. Now that you logged into your Facebook account, you will then be presented this form. This form is so you can register for your Peasy free account. The information that we will require is your name, your WhatsApp number, your email, and for you to input your Peasy account password. The email here will be configured to your login credentials. We will require your WhatsApp number and your name for future communications. This can be in terms of support and or onboarding sessions. Once you have filled in this form, click on Next. You will be required to connect Peasy to your desired ad account. Peasy will use this connection in order to manage your campaigns and also to optimize the campaigns via this ad account. Peasy will also buy ads on your behalf as well through this connection. Simply choose an ad account, turn on the connection and click on next. And there you have it. You're very much done. Now the last step that you need to do in order to get into your own Peasy account is just click on login. And there you have it. You have now successfully registered for your Peasy free account.